Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a healthy option for a side dish or a snack, and we're going to be making kale chips. So here are the ingredients you're going to need. So of course you're going to need kale, and I know this seems like an obscene amount of kale, but actually it cooks down a lot. So I suggest that if you're making this, about one bunch for 2 people. So this is 2 bunches because I'm doing it for 4 people today. You're also going to need some lemon juice, and like I always say, I like to squeeze real lemon juice. Also some oil, and I'm just using olive oil for this. Also paprika. And the last ingredient that I really like to put on this is garlic salt. If you don't have this, you can just put regular salt and dry garlic spice. So that's all the ingredients, very simple. So I'm just going to show you how to prepare this dish. So the first thing I want to show you is the setup. So what I have here is a baking dish lined with parchment paper for easy cleanup and just to make sure it doesn't stick. And on top of this, I have a paper towel. So now these are washed. So what you want to do now is you want to tear bite-sized pieces and put it on a paper towel because you want to get it as dry as possible before the cooking process. So you just want to take pretty big pieces like this. Don't tear 2 small pieces because they will cook down and become even smaller. So what I do is I take a kale leaf, and so here runs a stem, and I don't use this stem in my cooking. So you want to tear all the pieces of that stem and throw out the stem. And so you want to do this for all of your kale. So I suggest doing pieces about that size. So once you tear up all your kale, you're going to fold this paper towel like this, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to try and dry this up like I said. Just squeeze it so the extra water kind of comes out. The next thing you're going to do, pick this up, and you're just going to put it onto your baking dish over your parchment paper. So now, like I said, you want to spread it out as much as you can. So even if you see right now, this looks like there could be less in this baking dish. I would suggest taking some out and then just spreading it so it's not layered. But I'm actually going to keep it like this because we're going to do something else to it, and it might just become a little bit smaller in size. So the next thing you want to do is pour some olive oil over your kale. Then you're going to take paprika, and you're gonna put quite a lot. I actually really like paprika with these chips, so I put quite a lot. Probably like close to 2 tablespoons for this whole baking dish. Next thing I'm gonna do is take garlic salt, and you want to put a decent amount of this as well. You do want your chips to taste salty. And the last thing I'm gonna do is take half of a lemon and just squeeze it over your kale. Now, a very important step. I'm going to massage this all together with my hands. Of course, if you have guests over, wear some gloves, but I'm cooking it just for me and my family. So I'm going to use my hands, and of course, wash your hands. So I'm just going to massage this all together just like that. And I'm doing it for 2 reasons. One is to incorporate all those spices, the oils, the lemon juice, so it's better mixed. And with the hands, you will do a much better job than with a spoon, and you'll cover all the leaves with all the things that we put. And the other reason we do this is because I find that if you take kale and you massage it with lemon juice, what happens is it becomes much softer. So after you bake it, or if you just massage it with lemon juice, it is much, much nicer to eat. The leaves are not as tough and not as chewy. Okay everyone, so it's ready. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to bake it, and we're going to bake it at 400 degrees. Now here's the thing, you can bake it anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, I would say. And sometimes I even like to bake it for 10 minutes and broil for 5 minutes at even higher temperature. But today I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes. So here's the difference. If you bake it for about 10 minutes, the pieces come out still kind of green as they are, and they're not very dry. They're more like still in this marinade a little bit. I'll show you how it looks. But if you continue to bake and you go closer to 15 minutes, or you end up broiling at the end, sometimes I do about 8 minutes and I broil for 2. So you can combine baking and broiling. I would say don't go over 15 minutes. So you have a couple options. If you want your chips to be really dry and like crispy, you go about 10 minutes bake, 15 minutes broil, or you can bake all 15 minutes. So between 10 to 15 minutes is the cooking time. You need to pick for yourself. So if you want really, really dry, like kale chips, then you go about 15 minutes. If not, about 10. So like I said, I'm gonna do 8 minutes baking and 2 minutes on broil. So broil is usually around 450 or 500 degrees, depending on your oven. So I'm gonna place it at 400, total of 10 minutes, and I'll show you how it looks at the end. Okay, everyone, so here is the final product. So these are baked kale chips. So I'm gonna make a suggestion that you cook it close to 15 minutes. So do 15 minutes at 400 degrees, or like I said, which is what I like even better, is 10 minutes at 400 degrees and 2 to 5 minutes on broil, depending how hot is your broil. So I hope you make this and have it as a snack or as a side dish. It is very healthy and very delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.